Hey, it's Fiona Small here again, and just want to say thank you again for the requests regarding what I should discuss. Welcome to Female Founders Club, and just to let you know that today's topic is going to be on how to create a winning team. Now, I'm not going to sell to you that creating a winning team is something that just happens, because it doesn't. It takes time, it takes perseverance, but it also takes an understanding of yourself about who you need in your organization or who you need in your business to help it to grow, develop, and to become a success. Now, I'm going to share a few tips what I have done. I'm going to start with the not so good before I actually found my right team. So the not so good, I would say, was I attracted a lot of people very similar to myself, which is not a bad thing. But at the same time, it didn't work in business, because if there are so many Fionas around, which is Fiona's the face of the business, Fiona is the picture, Fiona's the brokerer, it is Fiona's baby, it's her idea, it's, cloning Fiona's ideally is what I need now, because I'm looking at replication. But in the startup stages, what you do need is individuals who don't have the same skill sets as yourself. Now, everybody says, look for people who don't have the skills or don't have the, you've got to find, and this is what's worked for me, you've got to find people with the same passion and drive and love for your mission as you. And when I say the love for your mission, I mean individuals who are socially kind of connected to what you do. So for those that don't know, I work with mums. We've founded a support network called Young Mum Support Network, and we work with mums who have got complex needs, different challenges, and we have developed an organization to kind of work very uniquely and creatively with providing support and to enable their needs to be met. It took 8 years to really grasp and get this off the ground. So for me, what I want to share with you today is that when you are looking at building a team, think about what it is that you don't have as a person. So for me, I'm not very good at, let's say, the finance aspect of things. So I needed somebody with finance expertise. I'm not very good at, kind of writing proposals, so to speak, but I understand how to communicate what it is that I'd like to do, but to kind of put it in written form, I needed somebody with that kind of expertise where they can kind of put it together so that it's presentable. Marketing, I'm good at on the camera and I'm good at presentation and pitching, but in terms of putting it together from the kind of aesthetics where it needs to kind of look a certain way, that's not my skill set. My grammar, written grammar, is not that great, if I'm to be totally honest. I can get myself through emails and I can communicate in a way that it's right, but in business there is a specific language, especially in the third sector, that is spoken and understood. So if you're not the person to kind of put that together, you're going to need to have, some people will call it copywriters, or you're going to be able to, your communication, especially your written communication, whether it be on your website, whether it be, kind of on your social media handles, they really have to kind of communicate in a very professional way, because you just never know who is actually watching, who's observing. You'll be surprised the kind of things that people will nitpick at. So it's really good to have somebody who has good grammar, can write copy, and can maybe just rearrange your wording. I would also say, look around who you have around you. And when I say who you have around you, I don't mean necessarily your immediate circles. I mean people who, you meet on the go. So it could literally be a school mum who you might meet and go for a coffee with, and just get an understanding of what they do, and just see where there may potentially be some synergy, or you could potentially, you don't want to kind of have your business stuff too close to your professional and maybe your circles, whether it be your school networks, because bearing in mind we have lots of different networks, so you're going to have to be really diligent, and I suppose discerning is the word I'm looking for. Don't just approach everyone, I'm looking for some help, is there any mums? Don't host a coffee morning and say, please help me. No, I'm not talking that. I'm talking there will be individuals who you will meet along the way and think, actually, I can work with this person, or I wonder if they would like to help me, or people may just offer to help you. I've had that. I think people have recognized that, there is a commitment to this organization from myself. I am dedicated and committed to making it a success, and people want to see that. Don't become lazy. One of the things that I would say to avoid when you're trying to build a team, don't just think that you're bringing people on to offload your workload on. People want to see that you are going to pull your weight and you're going to work it together. Meet regularly and let people understand what the vision is, what the plan is, what's the direction that you're taking your organization in, and what would you like people to kind of buy into. Because when you are the face of an organization and you are the founder of an organization, your team is reliant on you as the leader, and being in a position of leadership means that people look up to you. So what you have to say is really fundamentally really important. So I would say really think about what it is that you are trying to achieve. What are the characteristics that you need, personalities, identify what your weaknesses are. Recognize that I listened to a podcast the other day, and it said oftentimes we focus so much on trying to develop our weaknesses, when really we need to oftentimes focus on our strengths. Our weaknesses are our weaknesses for a reason, but they will be somebody else's strengths. So what I'm trying to say to you here is, when you are looking for somebody that can come in and contribute and bring value to what it is that you're doing, make sure they're individuals that they can complement you. So you have a strength in this area, and that may not be their strength, but their strength is your weakness. So the areas that you're more weaker in, they're more stronger. So I would say this: write a list of your strengths, especially as a business owner. All the things that you acquire that oh my goodness, I am so good at this, right? And I can do it naturally. For me, being on camera is really easy. Talking is really easy. Writing, I can write, but do I enjoy it? Not quite. This stuff I can do because I can talk for England, right? So get it down. What are your strengths? Are you good on camera? Are you good at just kind of, networking and getting people excited? That's one of the things that I'm able to do. I'm very good at going out there, pitching, brokering, introducing myself, letting people know this is who I am, this is what I do. And I can get people enthusiastic about what it is I do, because I'm an enthusiastic person anyway. And then write down what your weaknesses are. And when I say your weaknesses, I mean, don't start having a dig at yourself. Nobody is an all-rounder. Anybody that says they're an all-rounder and they've got it all together, it's a lie. It's not the truth. We all have stronger areas and weaker areas. Your weaker areas are the areas that you need the gaps to be filled in. And they're the ones that is going to help you to get stuff done. Because, can I just say this? It's an overwhelming space. It can be an isolating space. It can be a, tear your hair out space. However, it can be a real enjoyable space, especially being in business as a startup, as a self-starter, as a founder, as a female founder. It can be so rewarding, especially when you finally say, oh my gosh, I've got a team in place. Oh my gosh, I can delegate. Oh my goodness, I no longer have to have this long list, which is all for me to do. I've got somebody else that can help me. And that is kind of, the destination that you do want to get to, where you're not doing it all on your own. It's not just, oh gosh, I've got these emails to answer. Oh, I've got to write this proposal. Oh, I've got a meeting to attend. Oh, I've got to write a project proposal that I now need to plan the activity, and now I have to write a session plan, and now I have to design a program. I mean, if that is not your strength, you shouldn't be worrying about it. Bullet point what it is that you're trying to do. You know, you can put them into simple little bullet points, and then you can say, you know, it's good to have a sounding board. Bounce it off of another person and say, gosh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Get yourself a team who believe in your vision, who believe in your mission, who want to see it grow, who want to see it develop, who have attributes that you don't acquire, but collectively together, you guys can make it happen. And I'm telling you, you will build a dynamic team.